Welcome to Conversations with Marius Dosinescu. On this podcast, I sit down and interview the top SEO and e-commerce experts to bring you the latest insights and strategies for improving your online presence. Whether you're just starting out in the world of SEO or you're seasoned pro looking to stay up to date on the latest trends, this is the podcast for you. So, if you're ready to take your website to the next level and learn from the best in the industry, be sure to subscribe to Conversations with Marius Dosinescu. You can find us on AYSA.ai, where you'll also find a wealth of useful information and amazing podcasts to help you grow your online business. Hello everybody, welcome to the latest episode of Conversation with Marius Dosinescu, where we explore the latest trends and insights in the world of advertising, SEO and technology, and e-commerce, of course. But today we have a special guest, Florin Pețu, a partner at Advertising Romania. With years of experience in the industry, including as co-founder of SEO Cupcake, marketing manager at Solaris Plant, owner at AdMarks, and co-owner and CMO at Cargo Body, Florin is a true expert in the field. We'll be discussing how AI will impact advertising and SEO, how companies can optimize their digital strategy, and the future of industry. Let's get started. Florin, welcome.
Hello, Marius. Thank you for your invitation. Nice to be here. Nice to discuss about e-commerce, about technology, and everything that it's related with this beautiful field of marketing.
Yeah, and I think it's a growing industry and very, very dynamic. Actually, I interacted with the advertising industry. I had my own advertising agency for a short period of time. But I prefer to go on the technical part, SEO, e-commerce, and digital marketing agency. So basically, the advertising, the classic advertising, I never got to do it, but I understand it very well.
Yeah, it's a very interesting moment where we at right now, because somehow the classic advertising, it's interacting with the digital advertising, and the best campaigns you can see for a client, it's where they can match perfectly both sides of the same coin. So definitely right now we can see a lot of traditional agencies that are going a lot more in digital. We see digital agencies that are accessing some programs from the classic agency. So everything it's going well. It's going very interesting from my point of view in all this marketing field.
Mm-hmm. It will be interesting for many years to come. So let's dive in a little bit in your background and your experience in this field, advertising, digital marketing, e-commerce, and so on. So tell us a few things about you.
Okay, first time I'm doing this after a long period of time. 2012, I think I entered the digital domain in the SEO agency. Then I started my own SEO agency. I was the co-founder of SEO Cupcake. And then after 6 years, I think, or 4 years, I think, I did an exit from that agency and create another agency. And
you are a serial entrepreneur.
Sorry? Yeah.
So you are a serial entrepreneur.
That definition of serial entrepreneur, it's very complicated in my point of view. So yeah, we can say that. And then after another few years, I decided to create a partnership with Alex Filotti, my partner in Happy Advertising. And right now we basically join our forces, and Happy Advertising, it's an agency today that it's offering all the services in the digital area, and not only the digital area, because we have also some products that online products, to say, or services, being more specific, that we are promoting it here in Romania. So basically, short, this is my experience in the past 11 years. I think 11 years this year.
Very, very interesting. I saw a lot of entrepreneurs that changed a lot of domain, and I see in your history you're also a co-founder or founder at an app for the transportation. How does this work? I mean, it's a different field. You are just a marketing officer there. What's the connection?
Okay, the connection is that when you're an I don't know when you are an entrepreneur and you like to get involved in businesses, and when every day it's a challenge for you, and you wake up in the morning and you want to do more and more, and you want to make sure that you go to a checklist, and you like to be involved, opportunities are coming, and some of them you take them, some of them you don't. And with Cargo Body, that it's an app that it's growing very fast in the past 6 months or 1 year, let's say. It was an opportunity for me to enter the company, to be a shareholder with Mihai Năstase, the founder of the app. And also it's a very interesting project because it's in the same area, speaking about online marketing and growing. And also from that point of view of entrepreneurship, it's the fact that we have some challenges over there with investing and VCs and all the other stuff, that it's very interesting in the entrepreneurship part.
Very interesting.
They're connected somehow. I mean, I'm only in projects that they are connected with the digital field, with marketing, and with developing basically businesses, because that's what the entrepreneur is doing, is developing businesses, is helping other people to grow. So I think I'm trying to do that.
Myself, I'm also involved in a few things. For example, I just started as an advisor and investor at a fitness app. So I understand very well the opportunities that appear all day long. One thing that I learned over the years is very important to explore other part of businesses. Sometimes this keeps you not to get burned in a certain industry, like not to get bored and keeping you on edge regarding this entrepreneurial journey. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the international advertising industry. I have some statistics saying that the international advertising industry, not only digital, all the industry, it's around $600 billion in 2019. Probably now it's with a growth rate over 10%, it's over, I don't know, 7 billion. What do you think about that?
That's a very interesting number. The fact that the numbers are so high and they are increasing is the fact that the competition, it's more and more every day in all the fields, and definitely all the companies are trying to be on top of the result, on top of the field, the domain that they are working in, and definitely they have to invest more money in marketing. And another thing another opinion that I have is that everything is marketing today, because we are like all the challenges of a product are connected with the marketing, because otherwise, no matter how good a product is or a service, if you don't make sure that it's visible enough, it's for nothing. Because today all the users are full with commercials, with advertising and everything. So you have to be more and more sharp in creating all the strategies and the campaigns that you work on. So yeah, I don't have something specific about that number. I don't know how much is in Romania market. That would be an interesting point.
Statistic, what I have here, that in 2019 was $1.5 billion dollars in Romania, including everything that is related to all the areas of advertising, all the fields like traditional media, television, radio, print, and digital media also, online advertising, mobile advertising, social media advertising, of course, search engine advertising, and so on.
So yeah, that's a nice figure. The thing is that I think it's growing every year, and another thing that it's interesting to check. I don't have a statistic right now, but to see how much is the proportion between traditional and digital right now. Because in the past 4 or 5 years, in my experience, working with big brands or big, let's say, agency on the traditional part, they were like still investing not too much money in the digital campaigns.
Actually, it's a funny thing because I have more than 23 years entrepreneurial experience, and I've seen this evolution from the moment when I was very young and going to different companies to propose them to create a website, and they were looking at me like I was trying to sell them, like trying to rob them, not to sell them something that brings value. They were seeing the website like an expense, not like like an investment. And they were saying, okay, the website will not help us at all because nobody uses internet and nobody will use it. I even saw an article in the mass media in the United States, I think in the New York Times, from a long time ago, I think in the early 90s, saying that the internet is just a passing thing and will pass and will nobody will use it and so on. So it's a funny thing, the evolution.
Now it all depends how you define passing, because maybe if you stay here for like 500 years, it will pass, but it depends
Yeah, it will be something else in the 500 years. So it will not be internet, maybe it will be Internet
all
of
about
Things and so on.
Yeah, it's all about how people are reacting to new things. It's all about how people are engaging the new technologies and everything. Because we have the same discussion today about AI, and we're going to discuss about that. We have the same discussion about cryptocurrency, about blockchain, about a lot of technologies that are new right now, and we have the same discussion like 30 years ago with the internet. www will be something that will pass, okay? And today everything is around that internet, and the human beings are connected with internet more than ever.
Also, you mentioned AI and also traditional advertising and digital advertising, and happy advertising actually combines all of this. So basically, you are on the on the wave. You are there. You decided very well to adapt the company strategy to the new wave.
We need to do that because you want to help the customers to grow. You want to help your customers to grow, and then you have to discover all the new technologies. And definitely, AI is something that is very useful if you know how to put it in the campaigns and how to work with that. A lot of people are afraid today about all this discussion with AI, and I'm gonna enter that subject. We said we're gonna discuss about it with the free fear of everybody that AI will take jobs. It will be in every field, and we will not have jobs anymore, and everything will be everything will be with technology. Sorry about that.
No problem.
And the fact is that right now we're using big data and AI to help in campaigns. That's the thing that is helping us very, very much. Okay.
Actually, as an info, very interesting info, even though the AI and these models that machine learning is now very popular, actually is very interesting that in advertising, AI has been used for a few years already, and in some areas of advertising, such as predictive model, which is used to analyze large amounts of data and make predictions about consumer behavior, exactly like you said. Even it's machine learning, it's not artificial intelligence. Then you can talk about this like artificial intelligence, because it's the first step to that part. Personalization. Also, we know that everything that is happening over the internet. For example, the display ads are displayed based on some selection that I'm doing on my ads, and also based on certain things that we teach the algorithm. Will display the advertising once, after that, after 2 hours, after 5 hours, and so on. So there are models that can do that. Also, natural language processing, that is very important in ChatGPT, everything that is talking, everybody's talking about these days. And also is very important, and it has been for a few years used by Google in interpretation of search engine queries. So basically, AI it was already here, but just now it gets the the traction to get to the market. But let's talk about AI in the advertising. Are you planning to use AI, or do you have some example of successful uses of use cases of AI in the advertising area?
Right now, it's a huge discussion, in my opinion, about AI and the difference actually between machine learning and AI. Okay, so machine learning is something, the basically definition is that machine learning is something you put a computer to do, and AI is something that computer that you put to learn something, it will translate and it will have his opinion about the factors or the information, is the output. Okay,
basically
machine learning
data interpretation.
Exactly. Machine learning, it's input of the data, and AI basically it's output of the data from that machine learning. Right now, I mean, in the past 5 years, we are using machine learning for all the campaigns, for the paid campaigns, for SEO. We're looking at the big data and trying to understand the behavior of the customers. So if we're talking about big data, definitely you need something that something like machine learning or some type of technology to understand and filter all that big data. Because imagine you have like 100,000 customers a month, and they are having 5 or 6 attributes or something like that, and you reach some 5 million or 10 million data that you cannot be able to translate or transmute with a team of 3 or 5 or 10 people. So that's why you need artificial intelligence to help you with all that information. And definitely we are using that in our paid campaigns. We are using the AI to understand the patterns and models for different businesses in search engine optimization, in SEO. We are using that in social media to understand the behavior of or the behavior of customers in different fields or different campaigns. So we are integrating and using all that information a lot. Plus the fact that this type of technology, it's used on different software or different tools that we are also using internally in the agency.
Okay, it's very, very interesting what you're saying. I was discussing a few days ago with somebody who was telling me, okay, we will not need SEO agencies, we will not need advertising agencies, everything will be done by AI. What do you think about this?
I have a very nice comparison about the Chat GPT and the Open AI. I was thinking a few days ago about this fear that the copywriting job will disappear, the technical job or a part of the technical SEO job will disappear because you can ask the computer to tell you how to create something or how to help you with keyword research, or I don't know what type of sources you need in the campaign. And the comparison that I thought a few days ago, it was about food. I don't know how this happened in my mind, because everybody has the recipe. The recipe for a product is the same. Okay, let's take an omelet, for example. It's a basic example. Okay, you need eggs, salt, pepper, maybe some ham or cheese or whatever you want to do with that omelet. Everybody has the recipe. It's the same recipe for everybody, And the fact that you have different chefs that are cooking differently and create a different flavor or doing something different, that's the personalization, and that's the effect of a SEO expert or an agency, is the touch that you bring the agency. And then you have to understand the client, because if the client is in front of you and he will tell you that he likes his eggs, I don't know how well cooked, or the omelet cooked, I don't know how, that's the point where you can be there. So definitely having a very good pan, having a very good I don't know, spoon or something like that, it will help you a lot. But it's still the quality of the chef or the know-how of the chef to finish the product. So in my opinion, if we're talking about all the software all the technology that it's helping us, it's like the difference between a chef that was cooking 100 years ago with a pot or a pan, very scratchy and very ugly, and the new technology pans that we're using today with all the ovens and everything that is very new and helpful. But it's still the way you as a chef know how to put the products and the ingredients and the timing and the flavor that you can give them. So that's
very nice comparison. It's actually, I was thinking about that because I saw a few months ago, I think I saw a machine doing pizza and just like a vending machine for pizza. And I was thinking, okay, it will replace a lot of people, but in the end, pizza is the same all the time. This can be a good thing or a bad thing, So basically, I think in terms to use the same comparison, will empower the professionals in different industries. So basically, that can be a conclusion of this.
Very
Instead
good
of
conclusion.
replacing them, it will empower them. It will help them to become better. And I think we are on an edge now. The population will start to evolve differently because now everything will be easier and they will be forced because we know that people are not changing. They are changing only on edge. So basically, I think now people will start to change and will start to understand that learning only the basics to read, to read, to write, and things like that will not be enough to survive in this new world. Okay. Can you share some example of successful campaigns at your agency, at Happy Advertising, or other advertising, maybe using programmatic software for advertising, or just AI, simple AI, or some other example, international example for this?
Right now, I can. Okay, I'm gonna tell you about the experience I had since I started the digital domain 11 years ago. I worked and we work with a lot of big companies. Right now, we are working with the number one producer of the rooftops for the houses. We also work with a lot of big names. I don't want to give you names right now. I want to talk about something even more specific or deeper about marketing campaigns. In all these years, I used to work and we used to work with small companies that start from zero with startups, and we also work with huge big companies. The major impact that we have and we had in all the campaigns, it's where we understood the client and where we involved with consultancy about marketing and to see how you can reach your client. I know that everybody today is talking about promotion and everything that, and they're talking about promotion of a company, and they are talking about ad PPC or paid campaigns, SEO campaigns, all the advertising about the product. But from my point of view and from our agency point of view is that, the 4 Ps, maybe some people that are looking at this video, they don't know the 4 Ps that were invented or discovered, I don't know, 100 years ago, maybe something like that in the first book. So product, price, placement, and promotion. Okay, so everybody right now today, a lot of companies are only focusing on the last one, that it's the SEO campaign, the paid campaign, everything that it's promotion and advertising, but they try less to understand the customer behavior, and somehow that's the point where we go, especially to understand what type of campaign it's better for each type of business. This tailor-made campaigns, I think, is the future and the way you can put your AI or your technology to work with you. I don't want to give you more names because we have a website, you can go there, and I don't want
No worries. I can give you an example to clarify a little bit the question. Maybe you didn't have time to use AI in your campaigns. I created a campaign for a dental clinic last year in December. And I asked the AI, ChatGPT in this case, I asked, okay, I want to create a campaign for a dental clinic, and I need an idea. And I also provided a few details about the clinic, how the clinics is performing, what was their idea, what is their approach, or what is their vision, their mission, and so on. And in the end, I came with an idea to give to the clients, the one that are making programming to a dental check, to give them a gift. And one of the suggested gifts was, sorry, in English, foulard.
A scarf?
Foulard.
Oh, a scarf.
a scarf for the winter. So basically, we have chosen that, and also I asked the AI to give me a slogan for that, and the text and everything. So everything was created by AI. Except the part of the graphical part, which I put together very nicely based on their brand book. So basically, this is a use case of the AI. Do you think this will help the advertising industry, or the quality of the work will decrease? What's your opinion about this?
I think it will help the advertising industry, and it will help because when when all the agency have access to the same information, that's the point when you have to become more creative, you know. And like you said something very important from my point of view. You said that, I put to the chat GPT or the AI, I use the AI, and I put over there all the information, the mission, the vision, all those information. You cannot create them with intelligence, with the AI. Okay, those are the information you have to create, to structure your own vision about the company, to see where you want to grow, how you want to grow, with specific market are you in, and all those information you have to create, and you have to be very specific about that, because a lot of people said that what was the technology? Let's say Canva. I think Canva was the same, or Shutterstock. It was the same thing. Everybody said, after Shutterstock was released, was live, everybody said, okay, the photographers will be dead, and and soon everybody will take the pictures from Shutterstock and so on. And what really happened is that all the web development agency start to be more creative and to use more pictures from Shutterstock. A lot of photographers start to make more money with those pictures that they are taking and putting on Shutterstock, and they basically create and grow another industry. I think the same thing will happen with AI. Today, it will be used more and more in creating more apps and more, I don't know, more information, more utility for the users. So I think everybody will grow, and everything will all the industry will grow, and people will be more and more creative.
I'm very happy to see this opinion, because all the opinions that I see, a lot of opinions, actually, not all of them, but a lot of opinions that I see over the internet, especially on LinkedIn, everybody's saying Google is dead, advertising industry is dead, photographic industry is dead, because now you can generate with AI all the pictures, everything. But everybody is forgetting something. The originality of the pictures are based on the location, or based on the lights, based on the creativity part. So basically, okay, you can create and you can use a lot of images that are not original, because in the end, what is generating, it's a part of all the pictures that were shared before. Because this is the way you learn. You teach the AI, the machine, to do certain thing. You feed the machine with a lot of information. And I saw a presentation in Go Tech World last year of an AI and futurist person. I don't know her name now, but I can share it in the description later. She gave an example how they taught on Google to recognize picture. And in the beginning, they were sharing a Chihuahua picture and a donut picture. And the machine didn't make the difference. And after that, they say, okay, this is a Chihuahua, this is donuts. And after millions of reiterations, they started distinguish the Chihuahua and the donuts. So imagine that the process that we are learning in our earlies, when we are 1 or 2 years old, 3 years old, this is the comparison. So basically, AI is just born from my point of view, because now it is learning how to do things. So indeed, it will transform a lot of industry. It will create a new industry. And I think, exactly like I said before, it will be now we are evolving. It's a major shift in the way we are working and we are interacting with computers and the way we are using the internet. This is amazing what happened now. But my passion is SEO. I'm very passionate about this. Like I told you before.
So I've heard, Marius. So I've heard.
Also, I have my own startup now, AYSA.ai, with a focus on using AI to automate the SEO processes. So basically, I'm not only focusing on content generation, but I want to automate almost all the processes behind. Actually,
So that means our agency with all the SEO campaign, we will have no more clients and we will have no more work to do, right?
No, actually,
that's one of the discussions.
Actually, this is how I started, because I discussed with a few SEO agencies, and I realized their know-how can be used in a different way, because the general strategy cannot be given at one point by AI. It cannot, because you need to understand the client, you need to see how he's working. You need to focus also on completion of the process, because you need to improve the client journey and so on. And at this point, I think SEO agencies are focusing too much on the content creation part. Of course, content is the king. Everybody knows this. But I think SEO agencies are becoming more and more like a newspaper for everybody. You know, they are only writing articles, optimizing, but this is in the past. Now you can write an article very well using AI. You can speed up the process from 6 hours to 5 minutes and so on. So I think also they are on a brink of change. They need to change and adapt. So basically, what I'm creating now is only following the trend, and there will be also a lot of things that will be changed in the past year. And now I think is the moment for us to start really thinking about things, not only doing, but we start to think about this, and we need to start to be more and more professional by using this kind of tools, including my tool. So what I'm interested in. Sorry.
I totally agree with you, and that was my question at the beginning of this at the beginning of this topic, was right in that direction where everybody is saying, okay, when you have an automized process, that means you don't need the expert. No, that's the moment when you need the expert more and more to try to figure and help you out with the strategy and everything else. So you don't have to invest more time in recurrent task or something like that.
Of course. Now focusing on the advertising industry, SEO and AI, of course. How has the relation between SEO and advertising evolved over time? What's your opinion on that?
I think SEO was the, how you call it in English? In English has a very nice name when you're not the one that it's favorite, the other one.
Black sheep. The black sheep.
It's the black sheep of the marketing industry. SEO was the black sheep of the marketing industry since the beginning. I think
that's a good
term that I'm looking. The term that I'm looking, it's another when you're the underdog. SEO was the underdog. Okay, it was every time. Okay, when I started in 2000. Okay, let's make a short funny history about SEO. Okay, when I started in 2012. Sorry. You know, imagine I was having the discussion like you had in those years with different business owners and whatever. And we were discussing about, okay, this is the marketing strategy, you know, online marketing. First question was, what is online marketing? Okay, so we had issues with what is online marketing. Then imagine we had the discussion about the SEO. Do you want to start an SEO campaign? What is SEO? Search engine optimization. Okay, what is search engine optimization? And in 10 years or 11 years ago, the market, this niche was still at the beginning, and people were investing more money in the paid campaigns, Google ads, because I think in 2012 were two sponsored ads in Google. Yeah, I think there were only 2 sponsored ads in Google. Oh, what very nice. And you know, people were investing money because you can see the ad next day, and then you have more sales, you have more leads, the phone is ringing, and so on. And to invest in SEO, to wait 6 months or 8 months to see some results, you don't have any idea if you're going to have results or not. So from that point where Google, where SEO was the black sheep of the marketing campaigns, because you had to sell something that is not visible next day. You don't know if you're going to make it. I mean, the client doesn't know. We knew that we were going to make it. So it was very hard. But what happened in the past 5, 6, 7, 3 years? What happened is that, from 2 sponsored ads, Google went to 3, from 3 to 4, with images and text and location and so on. So right now, because it's a bidding process, more and more companies are bidding on the same expressions or on the same long tails or keywords that we want to target for their business. And I remember discussion with some businesses that said to me, 5 years ago, I was only paying 0.03 for a click in Google. Right now, it's $2. And that's the difference, because on Google, on paid campaigns, definitely you need paid campaigns, definitely, because those are some people, there are some users over there, you want to target those too. But people are focusing more and more to SEO in the past 2 or 3 years, because the bidding, it's expensive, it's more and more expensive. So that's why having a very nice SEO campaigns where you have all the keywords and you have the very nice strategy, you can be on top for a lot of searches every month, and then you have organic traffic. And everybody knows in the industry that organic traffic has a better conversion rate than the paid campaign, generally speaking. So this is the short history. So how we include SEO in the question you had, how we include the SEO in advertising, very well today, very nice. It's
so basically we can say that now SEO is a part of each or every advertising campaign. Like even if it's a small part, is there.
Yes, it's growing every year, and it's more and more search for a lot of businesses to help them with the SEO campaign, because, and that the SEO campaign is not only about ranking on the first place with one keyword, it's about optimizing your whole website. So you have to be on top on each one of the results or each one of the searches that a user is doing. I remember 2 days ago, something that I forgot in the past couple of years. It was a statistic, I think in 2018 or 19, that every day Google has 2 million or 3 million searches that those searches were never made before, since the beginning.
New searches. Yes, new searches.
And how can you be there for new searches, considering the fact that the user are learning more and more about each domain? How can you be there if you don't have your website optimized?
Yeah.
And that was a very nice information. I forgot about it, and I just remember.
That's a very interesting part. Also, in our project, we are in research for that part. We want to use predictive algorithm to predict searches that will be made on a certain subject. So basically, we are interested to use AI in discovering searches that were never made before, or the ones that Google is not reporting because has lower numbers of searches, and they don't want to push them in front of you. So basically, we are addressing that. We didn't make yet any progress, but we have in our research and development plan. Okay. Yeah, thank you. How do you ensure that your advertising campaigns are optimized for search engines?
Okay, I'm going to ask you to help me a little bit with the question. How can we ensure that the advertising campaigns are integrated?
For example, let's say you are promoting, I don't know, a pen, just a pen, and you have also budget for offline, TV, radio campaign, everything that is related, so full campaign.
Okay.
How are you integrating search engine in this? How can you make sure it's optimized for search engine? I mean, you are promoting a pen, and how you make sure that the searches that are related to that pen gets to your website?
Everything starts with a research. Before we make a proposal to a client, we make sure that we understand very well the business and the products that we want to sell, and then we start with a search to see how is the market how is the market share, how is the product in that market, and see how to what proportion of the budget we can add to each one of the campaigns. But the search engine, the SEO, the search engine optimization is very important today because it can help us with content to get to the clients that they need to understand the information about that. It can help us to promote the products, to be on top of Google where people are searching the products. And basically it's integrated with all the other campaigns. So for example, you have the pen, okay? Let's go with this example. You see that there are a number of searches in Google, and then you start the paid campaigns. In the same moment, you start with the SEO articles, optimization on the website, and then you create articles, and then you start creating the link building campaign, and then you put articles on the different websites on that market to help you with visibility and also with information for Google to rank you higher. So, and then you see how is the market split between radio or TV and other campaigns. So basically we integrate this type of campaigns in all the clients. It's something that you must have. It's not something it's nice to have, it's must have today. Considering the fact that also we're talking about local SEO, you know, all the businesses that are in a location and you want to make sure that you're visible for all the clients. We're talking about, you know, all the businesses that are mixed, you know, also online and offline. So everything has to be perfect integrated. So to be more efficient, that's the whole point, because otherwise you can spend a lot of budget without too much results.
Very interesting. When you're talking, a new question pops up in my mind. How can you give us some metrics regarding how the budget for SEO evolved over time? But let's talk about specific. I mean, let's say that in the I don't know, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, the budget were around 500 euros for SEO. Now they are 2,000, 3,000. Can you give us some metrics?
Sure. The budget, I'm going to give you straight examples. 10 years ago, the budgets on an SEO campaign, I think the highest budget in 2012 was the budget for one of the biggest websites in Romania that were like selling advertising ads. What's OLX? You know OLX?
Yeah.
That moment was called it has another name. I think the highest budget was like $1,000, 1,000 euros, 1,000 or something euros was the budget.
Per month.
So per month, yeah. And most of the campaigns, 90% of the campaigns were like 100 euros, 150, 200 euros, you know. Wow. Right now, I think you cannot create an SEO campaign, a professional SEO campaign with less than $1,000, 1,000 euros. Okay, let's say 700, 800 if the domain is not so competitive. And today we have campaigns, we work on campaigns that can go up to, I don't know, $9,000, $8,000, $10,000 a month, depending on the spread of the website.
And in the entire budget, you can say that SEO represents 1%, 2%, 5%. How much money?
No, right now we're talking about the SEO budgets. Those are only the SEO budgets. So today, in a campaign, the whole campaign, how much is the SEO?
Yeah, I'm interested in a percentage. How much, let's say 10% from the entire advertising campaign represents SEO? How much it's
if we have only online campaigns, now it depends. If we go with offline, that's a big discussion over there because the budgets in television and radio are very high, and also they can deliver very well on some industries, you know. But if we're talking about online campaigns, only in online campaigns, today we are talking as an average, I think it's 30% SEO and 70% paid campaigns.
So this is in your
this is our statistics. I don't say it's for the whole market, but this number is growing every year because people are investing less and less in paid, you know, for depends on the level of the business, on the growth, on the market share of the business, and so on. But they're investing more and more on SEO campaigns.
That's very good. Actually, at this moment, we're on a brink of change, where exactly like I said before, we are changing. The world is changing because of AI and especially of ChatGPT. Let's take a look in the future. How will advertising, paid advertising, and I already discussed a few things about this on LinkedIn, but I want to know your opinion also. How do you see the advertising in a search engine powered by AI?
That's a very nice, interesting question. I took a look on you.com to see how their results are right now, and I tried to understand the ChatGPT way of thinking, to say like that. And we can only suppose what's going to happen in advertising. Definitely some of the campaigns will not die, in my opinion. I mean, imagine that even though right now today there are still businesses that are still creating flyers and brochures and everything. Yeah, there are still customers for those type of industries. Now it's very interesting to see the period of time that we're talking about. If we're talking about 5 or 10 years, or let's say 5 years, I don't think we're gonna have some changes, but definitely everything will be around the customer, the online customer, with all the campaigns integrated with web apps, with application, with making everything very easy for the users. Definitely Google will not die, and we'll still have searches, search campaign, and all type of campaigns over there. But if we're talking about 30 years or 40 years from now, or 20 years, that's another discussion, because I think it's more like how users are evolving. Because I grew up, okay, I'm 36, okay, so I grew up with in that period where we don't have the internet, and we were just going outside and play. But imagine that people are right now 10 years, or people are born right now, imagine they have no idea. The kids are born right now, and they wake up, then they open their eyes with the phone, with everything, with the phone, and with the tablet and the laptop and everything. So definitely we're going to have some major changes in the next 5 or 10 or 20 minutes.
Let's look. Yeah, indeed, this will change for sure. But let's look a little bit at how we will advertise in a ChatGPT and, let's say, Bing marriage. And I put up some ideas. For example, sponsored answers. So basically, you are asking an AI to give you the best, the cheapest ticket to, I know, London, and he will have to answer you with 20 versions because you'll advertise there. How does that will work? I don't understand. I mean, for me, I will not trust an AI-powered search engine if he's not giving me the best answer, and the answer that is natural there, and is not paid, because I will not trust that result.
If we're considering Google the way it is right now, definitely it will be a change, because right now in the OpenAI, in ChatGPT, you put a question and he will answer you the best answer he can. Okay. In that point, I mean, this remembers me about position 0 in Google. A lot of in the past years, Google talked about position 0. It was the vocal position. Okay, you have a device, and you ask Google, okay, give me the cheapest tickets, or tell me where is the nicest restaurant in Bucharest, or something like that. And Google was talking about position 0. Okay, in Google, the one that it pops up when you're asking a vocal query searching in Google. So they talk about this for many years. Nothing happened. I mean, they are still, because come on, it's the way Google is making a lot of money today. So
this is what I'm saying. Everybody is talking about this marriage, Microsoft and Bing, but I really don't think they have a solution yet for monetize. You'll be able to use a search engine only if you pay a fee, because otherwise it will be paid advertising, and it will not give me the best result possible. So I really think the only solution that Chat and Bing can make money, ChatGPT and Bing can make money, is by launching a subscription where you pay, let's say, $1 or $2 a month, and I think $1 will be the best solution, and you can use advertising-free search engine. That will be amazing, an amazing thing. I don't think they will be able to monetize. Another thing, targeted ads based on conversation.
Give me 1 second, Marius. Give me 1 second, please, to tell you something about your idea. That is very nice. Imagine that a lot of businesses in the past few years, they had this type of idea to penetrate the market and to go to the market, to have the go-market strategy this way. Imagine that right now people have, let's take YouTube, for example, okay? Or let's take any tool that uses commercial net advertising. If you don't want to show that advertising, you have to pay a fee. So basically, if they want to start somehow to take from the huge market share that Google has right now, I mean, if they want to do that, probably they'll have a period of time where everything will be free. So you can use and, make sure and be comfortable every day with using that tool or the device or whatever technology it is. And then after 1 year, 2 years, depends, 3 years, maybe they'll say, you know what? I think we can deliver you that type of answer for, like you said, $1 a month or $10 or $5, and then we can take out all the advertising. Or you can also put money. They can also charge on types of searches or on the volume of the searches. Because right now in ChatGPT, you can ask the AI to give you a lot of information. So, for example, imagine that you're going to pay, let's say, 50 cents or $2 or $3 for an article.
That's very interesting, and I think they have a huge opportunity. That's why I was saying that it's a new market. Basically, as Google transformed the search engine market, this is the way ChatGPT will create a new market for them. Another idea that I had and I shared over the internet, targeted ads based on conversation history. So basically, based on the conversation you had, they will start giving you advertising for the ideas in the conversations. This is another thing. Will you use that kind of tool? For example, let's say you have a discussion with the ChatGPT, and they will enter advertising there based on the history of your chat. No matter what you are talking, you can ask everything, even very intimate questions.
I know, and definitely that's one of the smartest things to do, because it will it will serve you an ad that it's directly with your field of interest. This question reminds me about the question that everybody had in the past years about Facebook. Is it Facebook listen to our phones or what our conversation or what our searches are? And, they say they don't. But, we start talking about, let's say, pens. You told me about a pen. You start talking about pens. And after we finish this meeting, I'll open Facebook and I'll have an ad with the newest pen in I don't know what company. So that's a very interesting point of view, and definitely that will be something very very interesting in targeting the users.
Actually, it's a little bit scary because
no, it's not a little bit, Marius. It's
come on,
scary. It's freaking scary. It's not a little bit. It's freaking
think
scary.
about it. You'll integrate, let's say, AI in your home and in your fridge, for example. I had an idea at one point to create an app that is connected to your fridge and automatically sends you the order based on your consumption. Simple idea, easy to implement in terms of application ordering and so on, but very difficult to do it, to interpret the things that you are taking out from the fridge, because you don't have a RFID on each item.
Not yet.
They cannot know, the AI cannot know how much you consume from a certain thing and so on. So basically, it's a difficult part of interpretation. But now with the evolution of AI and I saw also video AI interpreting the fact that certain people are throwing out trash on their window of the car and automatically issues the fine. So basically, with this evolution, the Internet of Things will become more and more important. And think about, okay, the fridge will know that you are buying each week, let's say, milk from a certain producer, and you'll start advertising another, this is scary. This is scary like hell. Everything that was intimate, everything that was behind the door is now there. It's out there. Data is out there.
And it's with our consent. Remember that. That's
exactly we the check mark.
we always check the small
without reading the text.
Yeah, the thing is that this discussion opens for me another very conspirational discussion. And imagine you said something about this. Let's go with your example with the fridge. Okay, imagine that you have everything integrated in your house. Maybe this podcast will be listened 30 years from now on, and somebody will say, "Oh my God, they somehow knew it." Imagine that you have the fridge integrated with your scale from the bathroom and see how much you weigh. Okay, and imagine that the fridge will start ordering the food or the products or everything you want only based on your calories and on your weight. So let's say, for example, you want to eat some ham today and you say, okay, I'm going to go fridge, and you have no ham because the warning will be on the small display. Your weight is too high. You should stop eating ham. We didn't order ham. You are not allowed to order ham from now on.
So next step will be to be integrated with your doctor, with your medical
Tuesday you have an appointment
checkup, and they will say, okay, you cannot buy that because you are.
If we're taking this path, it's it is not only it's scary, but it somehow it makes sense for us, for the people that are working in digital marketing, and for us that we know that the commercial, the ad you see on Facebook, it's created by one of my colleagues, and it's specially designed for you that you already did a search in Google or did a search whatever in other applications. For us, this discussion makes sense.
Look, I will give you an idea.
For some other people, they will say, that's impossible. But for us, it makes sense. For me, it's making a lot of sense.
Maybe it's a good idea to create a campaign in your Happy Advertising, to create a campaign with a lot of messages and types of banners based on the audience and different searches. For example, if they are searching for something, just to deliver them the banners that their interest, and to use this and to make it programmatic. This is very interesting. Maybe you'll explore this idea and you'll share it with me, the result. I think it's very interesting to adapt everything, live adaptation of the banners, not only what is Google doing that is giving a message based on searches, but something that is visual impacts the user when he sees it. Like if he's looking for a certain ham, to advertise that ham there with very nice layout and very nice design.
Marius, and I'm going to tell you one more thing and about this, and it's very important. At the beginning of the discussion, I told you that marketing, it's everything. The reason why I said that is because in the last period of time, I read a lot about marketing campaigns. I saw a lot of campaigns. We are working on a lot of campaigns. And the reality is that, users right now, a lot of them, they say they can select whatever they want and they have the options. But in some areas or in some points, they don't have an option anymore. Yeah. That's why it's very important for us as a marketers or agency to have that human touch and to make sure where we start and where we can stop some things that we're doing, because we have to be very specific and clear about that. And imagine the last example I had a couple of days ago is that one of the marketers, a guy from the United States, he said, have you ever checked the cereal boxes? And I was like, no. He said, you say you're thinking that that's a very nice design created by a designer about the cereal box, and to have the matching colors of your brand and so on. I was like, okay. And have you ever checked that all the characters on the cereal boxes are looking down? That's a mindfuck information for me. Sorry for saying that, but that's a mindfuck. And I checked it on the supermarket, and that in 99% of the cases, the figure, the lion or the monkey or whatever the character is on the cereal box is looking down, because their client is the kid. That they're on the first shelves, and they're looking on the kid, man. And that's marketing, and everything is marketing. And the kid's going, mommy, I want that. And let's trying to see how is the conversion path on that. You're in the supermarket and the kids see the lion looking at him, but also the kids has one trigger, because last night when he was watching TV, one of the ad of commercial, was with that lion, with that type of cereal. So you go and you enter the magazine and say, okay, this is my decision to buy those cereals. Is it? Is it your decision? I don't think so. Okay, so that's a very nice example in my opinion. So
we already almost 1 hour of discussion. We discussed very interesting things. Regarding this, one last question. Do you see how do you see SEO in advertising industry in the next few years?
I think it's a type of campaign that it will grow more and more. I think it's more challenging. There are more sources to use. There are more right now. You have also OpenAI. You have the ChatGPT. You have the resources to create a lot of content. And definitely, I think more and more companies will go to the digital campaigns, to onboard on digital campaigns, and they will use more and more SEO. But like paid campaigns are right now in some of domains, the same will be with the SEO. In the next 2 or 3 years, imagine that will be domains that will be full with the SEO campaigns, and then you have to invest more and more in SEO to be on top of the results. Okay. So in my opinion, I mean, looking at the numbers also, it's a growing type of campaign, and more agencies are looking to give this type of advertising.
That's great. So, do you think it will? It will reach half of the advertising budget can be allocated? It can be 20%, 30%. And now I'm talking about the market, because even if happy advertising, let's say we have a budget of 40%, maybe on the market will not be like this. Can you give us some metrics? Do you think will be around 20, 40, 10?
I think it will grow. I think it will go to 50%. I think it will reach through to the 50% zone, because people are investing more and more. We also have like for some of the campaigns are not efficient anymore to have a lot of budget in Google and paid campaigns. So that's why they are looking to other type of campaigns, and also the split of the budget will go to other type of marketing, with the apps and with the other type of integration and remarketing and everything you have to do to hold your clients.
That's a good point. What do you think about Google obsession about pushing down the organic results? From my point of view, I will tell you my opinion, and we can discuss from that point. I really think that Google is shooting themselves in the foot with this, and I really think that users now is the moment to launch a new search engine, and the users will migrate to the search engine that is doing better. They have less advertising, and it's less crowded. What do you think about
that? Yeah, this is a very good opinion from your side. The fact that Google is pushing all the organic results, somehow it's frustrating for the user that are looking for relevance, because in the paid campaign sometimes you don't have relevance. You see a lot of websites that are creating a campaign, and they just like start the campaign, and you cannot find everything that you want in that you are going to. And definitely I agree with you that maybe this is the moment, if Google is still doing that, maybe it's the moment for another search engine to start competing with Google, and maybe it will be you.com. Maybe it will be another type, but definitely users are looking for relevance. Users are looking to get there fast. Users are looking to relevance. So if you have a website that it's very slow and you don't have all the landing pages that you need, and you start the Google ad campaign, it will be on top of the results, but it will not be satisfying for you. Otherwise, with an SEO campaign, you work 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years to make sure that you have the most relevant page in the whole search engine. So that's an issue right now. We're gonna see how it will evolve.
Okay, thank you very much for your time. To finalize this, can you tell us a few personal things, like what will be your recommendation for entrepreneur, but from a personal perspective, not talking about business, not talking about ChatGPT, AI, or something personal that you recommend to entrepreneurs?
I only have one recommendation. I'm doing this recommendation all the time, especially for the young entrepreneurs. If you didn't start reading, start now. If you're reading, read more. I mean, for me, it's the most life-changing thing that I did in the past years, and it is life-changing. Start reading, because entrepreneurship and business, it's all about people, it's all about connection, it's all about developing yourself.
Do you have a recommendation for a certain book?
Oh my God. I can put a list of books in the description of the.
That's great. That will be great. That will be great. A list of books
to make sure that people are, yeah. Like, I can put a short list of 5 books, but there are some books that really changed my way of thinking and my way of seeing life and business also.
Thank you very much, Florin. It was a great chat. I will stop recording now, and
thank you very much, Marius, for inviting me.
We'll switch to Romanian.
Thank you very much.
Thank you again. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next episode.